Hello food lovers, Mingalba and welcome back. In many countries, pulses are eaten for breakfast. In the UK, baked beans are a staple item on the full English breakfast, and in Egypt, full medames is a popular brunch item. Burma is no exception, and the Burmese breakfast dish is called Pe Pyote. Pe Pyote is literally translated as boiled peas. Although this may sound simple, the secret lies in the preparation, which makes this dish far more delicious than its name implies. The preparation secret is that the peas are sprouted before they are boiled. This means that you need to prepare this dish at least a couple of days beforehand. In Burma, Pe Pyote is rarely cooked in the home because of the preparation time, and also because Pe Pyote is cheap enough that people can buy it ready-made without going to the effort of making it themselves. It would be sold by lady vendors who would hawk their wares early in the morning. They would often be out of their house with the peas already prepared by 5 o'clock in the morning and making their way around the residential areas. The basket of the freshly boiled peas would be carefully balanced on their head, and they would announce their presence by calling out Pe Pyote in their own unique style. Residents would listen out for the announcement from their favorite seller and would call them over when they heard their cry. Good sellers would be able to return home after just 2 or 3 hours of selling, with enough profit to buy food to feed their family for the day. There are 3 ways you can eat Pe Pyote. The first way is to eat it with naan pya, which is kind of Burmese flatbread. You can either break a piece of bread off and pick up the peas with it, or you can wrap the peas up with a naan and eat it like a burrito. The choice is yours. The second way is to mix it in with rice, usually leftover rice from the previous day's dinner, and then gently fried in the pan to make a filling breakfast that will see you through until lunchtime. I'm going to show you a third way, which is to eat it with black rice, which makes not only for a delicious but nutritious breakfast that will release energy slowly. So as usual, let's begin with a list of ingredients. 1 bag of whole yellow peas. You can pretty much find this in any Asian grocery store. Bicarbonate of soda. You'll need about a teaspoon of this. Some salt. I'm using coarse sea salt here, but any kind of salt will do. Sunflower oil. About 2 tablespoons. Some palm sugar, about a teaspoonful. If you can't get hold of palm sugar, then ordinary white sugar will do. And optionally, you'll also need some toasted sesame seeds and some crispy fried onions as garnish. So the first thing we need to do before we do any cooking is to germinate the dried peas. You initially do this by emptying them into a bowl and filling it with water. Don't fill the peas all the way up to the top of the bowl, because they'll swell up as they take on the water. I'm using about 2 cups of peas, and this is enough for about 4 people. The amount of water you use depends upon the amount of peas. You want enough water to cover the peas. After a few hours, you'll notice that they've swollen up. At this point, we'll have to drain the water and give them a rinse. Then put them back into the bowl and cover them with a damp cloth. This rinsing and covering of the peas will have to be repeated about twice a day for the next 2 days, or at least until the peas are germinated. When they have germinated, you will see little sprouts appearing from the peas. Incidentally, I only found this out recently, but sprouting seeds and pulses before cooking or eating them makes them more nutritionally valuable to us as humans, because it makes it easier for our digestive system to absorb the vitamins and minerals. When you cook them, add just enough water to cover the peas and add in the salt, sugar and bicarbonate of soda. The bicarbonate of soda will give the peas a soft, almost creamy texture. Turn the heat to high to bring the water to a boil, then turn it down to a gentle simmer when it boils. Cook it for about an hour or so until the peas become soft. Drain the water when cooked and add in the oil to stop the peas from sticking. We can now cook the rice, but here's a shot of the packet that I'll be using. I'll show you the best way, or the way that Asians use, to cook rice. But first we need to measure it out into a bowl. About 1 cup is enough for 4 people. So onto that method of cooking the rice, and this method applies to cooking all types of rice, whether it be black rice or basmati rice. What you need to do is firstly rinse the rice a few times until the water drains clear. Don't be afraid to use your hands to swirl the rice around. When you're satisfied that the rice water is draining clear and all the excess starch has been removed, you can fill the pan up with enough water to cover the rice, plus about 1.5 centimeters or a fingernail's width over the top. Then place the pan on the stove with a lid on the pan and bring the water to a boil. When the water boils, turn the heat down and let it simmer until all the water has been absorbed by the rice. When the rice is ready, all the water should be gone. There should be no need to drain away any excess water. Of course, the easiest method is to use a rice cooker, but it's basically how you do it, using a pan and a stove. To serve the Pe Pyote, just plate it up with a Pe Pyote over the boiled rice. You can also add garnishes on top, such as toasted sesame seeds, fried crispy onions, and garlic-infused oil. So now for the moment of truth, let's see how they taste. Well, to be descriptive, they taste a bit like mushy peas. Mushy peas are a side dish that's traditionally served with fish and chips in the UK, so they taste a little salty, sweet, and creamy. The Burmese word for today is Mingalba. Now Mingalba means hello. So once again, Mingalba, hello, Mingalba. Although Mingalba means hello in Burmese, Burmese people use a more colloquial term to greet each other. And that term or phrase is Nei Gaunla. That's Nei Gaunla, which is kind of a way of saying, how are you? And Nei Gaunla literally translated means, how is the sun? So Nei Gaunla means, how are you? Or how is the sun? That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching and see you next time. If you enjoyed watching the video, please subscribe and leave a comment down below. Thanks very much.